Hey guys, my name's Peter. I'm the General Manager, Director of Gorgeous George Hotel. We've just finished a great breakfast upstairs on our deck, on the rooftop. And just here to tell you a little bit about our property now going forward and how we deal with the issues that we face in this new world, essentially, that we live in. I think as a hotel, we've taken the maximum precautions that one is physically able to take. We have a team, a very small team on board, who obviously wear their masks like these here that says "Hello Gorgeous," and we have a four floor bedroom scenario. So we've got our second, third, fourth, and fifth floor are where our bedrooms are situated on. We've subsequently blocked our fifth floor as what we'd like to call our quarantine floor, that if we should have a case raise its head in the property, we would move that particular guest, who would obviously be certified or verified by a doctor that would come in, to that fifth floor until they've done their standard quarantine period, and obviously that we monitor them. That would be if the guest stay ends during that process. The rest of their stay would be a complimentary stay on us until they are completely healed, for a better word. And as I say, my team wears masks on board. We sanitize at every encounter. We sanitize our menus, we sanitize our tables going forward, and one has to kind of ride this thing out until that medication kicks in, and until we can find a cure, I think, and who knows, it's a bit how long is a piece of string scenario, how long that'll take. But for now, that's how we roll and that's how we do things. Our property consists of 32 bedrooms normally, now less 8 because of the fifth floor. We're running at fairly decent occupancies at the moment. We're obviously selling at a much reduced rate, but that's just to keep the machine turning. We have a rooftop restaurant, pool deck and bar, where we obviously manage the numbers and rotate tables accordingly to ensure that we keep the social distancing going. We have a conference room on our first floor, where we're now shooting this little story, and that gets used for various functions, etc. Again, a difficult time to kind of have those things happening, but that's our property. We have an owner who likes purchasing art, so there's a lot of art around our property, inside our property. So it's kind of being part of designer hotels. I think design look for those quirky properties to form their portfolio of properties. We're new to design hotels. We've been part of them for 1 year. We're the second property in Africa to be a design property, because generally it's always been a kind of a European group of properties that formed the design hotels. And generally it's buildings that are refurbished. Essentially, we're currently sitting in an old bank and a newspaper house that was purchased and redone and changed into a 32-bedroom hotel. And so if you have a look at the design hotels all over the world, they generally are properties that have been refurbished, being an old brewery, being an old factory, etc., converted into hotels after that. So going forward, we have to hope for numbers. We holding thumbs and praying to get the numbers going again. As I say, we're a new property. We traded for 1 year, and then this evil struck us, and so we kind of have to get through that and kind of relaunch the property and become a brand new property again. So sometimes that's not a bad thing. It's allowed us to rethink how one does things. We've changed a few of our approaches. We've kind of taken on a less is more approach, where we don't necessarily have the bigger team that we used to have, but have also found that we were able to trade just as well with a smaller team. So I think going forward, that's probably going to be the recipe for many businesses, not just the hotels. But absolutely, I think it's very much a case of how can I get this job done with less people and keep it as efficient as what it has to be with less people. So we trust that recipe is going to work for us going forward, and we see it now when we do have a spike in occupancy, how that then tests the system and puts you in a position where you have to deliver the same standard with lesser number of staff. But it's working for us, and I think everybody's worked out, you know, you probably got to work a little bit harder, but that's okay. You know, we're all good to go. That's it. You know, good to have you come and visit us. It'd be great to have you guys stay with us. Thank you.